Hello and welcome to the bakingmad.com kitchen. I'm going to show you how to make choux pastry. Now, a lot of people are worried about choux pastry, but actually it's really simple. All you need is 150 ml of cold water in a pan, preferably non-stick, but it doesn't have to be, and then 50 grams of butter. And unlike other pastries, you cook this pastry on the hob. So we're just going to melt the butter in the water. While the butter is melting, weigh out 60 grams of strong bread flour, and because I'm making sweet choux pastry, I'm adding a teaspoonful of sugar, but if you're using it for a savoury thing, just add a pinch of salt instead. So get that weighed out. Right, now that the butter's melted, you want to shoot all of the flour and the sugar straight into the pan and then beat like mad. To start with, it will look a bit lumpy, but the more you beat it, the more it will come into a ball. So once it leaves the side of the pan clean, you know it's cooked. So then turn off the heat and let it cool for a couple of minutes before you add the eggs. Right, once that's cooled a little bit, add the beaten egg a little bit at a time until it's incorporated, and at first it will look a bit like mashed banana and it won't come together, but again it's about beating it until it becomes smooth. So the final result should be nice and smooth and shiny, and the consistency where you can either pipe it to make eclairs, or you can make little choux buns, or I'm just going to spoon it onto the baking tray and make larger choux buns. But I'm going to dampen the baking paper just a little bit with water, because that helps to create a bit of steam in the oven, which makes the puffs rise a bit better. I'm just going to use 2 tablespoons and I'm just going to dollop nice big fat rounds onto the baking tray. Make sure you leave plenty of room in between them, because they're going to probably triple in size. If you want, as I say, you can use a piping bag so you get them nice and neat. I'm just going to bake these in a really hot oven at 200 degrees centigrade, that's 180 fan, for about 20 minutes until they're really crisp and golden. Once your choux buns are nicely risen, take them out of the oven and just with the point of a knife make a hole in the side of each one. That lets the steam out so that they don't go too soft, and then you pop them back in the oven for another 5 or 10 minutes until they've really crisp and golden. Once your choux buns have cooled down, just use a sharp knife to cut them in half, and then I'm going to fill them with slightly sweetened cream. Just about half a pint of double cream, a hint of icing sugar, and I'm just going to add a drop of vanilla essence just to sweeten it and give it a little bit of flavour. Just a drop or 2. Stir that into your cream, and then a good spoonful of cream into each choux bun. Top it with some sliced fruits, whatever you fancy, and then a dusting of icing sugar. And there you have it, choux buns.